Do you have a pen drive to show? No. So you have only to do what?
No, creo, a mí no me dijiste que tenía que traer pendrive. A mí no me dijeron. Pero eso a mí me lo dieron. Pero a mí Carmen no me dijo que tenía
Say
que
to me,
traerlo.
what did you prepare? Something about what?
Spanish
Diet? Okay. Did you prepare something in the PowerPoint?
Yes,
video?
yes,
Okay.
PowerPoint.
And where
¿Lo
is?
mandaste al correo?
Come in. So, please, just one moment. Come in. Take your emails and bring it from there.
No sé, ni tengo ni esto ni bueno.
It's okay.
¿Qué? ¿Gmail?
No.
¿Qué va?
I have it here.
Ah, Violeta, ¿la tengo que Ah, vale, lo digo yo. Lo dices tú, ¿no? Pero, ¿capital de qué? ¿Capital de qué? De la capital europea de Adi, sí, sí. Capital europea de la comida. Ah, que aquí voy. No sé. ¿Cómo lo llamamos?
Erasmus Plus 3 fijo corregido. Vale, ponlo en grande. Presentación. Aquí en la tuya, aquí, aquí.
No,
No,
aquí
al
ya.
lado, al lado.
Ay, perdón. Venga, va.
¿Qué ha pasado?
Es que estamos muy nerviosos. ¿Esto qué es? No, sale bien. ¿Qué es? Sale bien, sale bien. Ah, vale, venga, ya aquí queda. ¿Qué gracia? ¿Está bien?
Espérate, no.
Si no empezaba. Exactamente, cogimos el PDF.
Que esto me pasó a mí también en casa, por ejemplo.
Pero ¿por qué sale esto?
Ya. Que eso está bien, que mire la presentación.
Está bien. Ah, vale, vale.
Sí, ahora sí.
Venga, va.
Hello to everyone. We are the Erasmus students from Spain, and we are going to talk about our diet. First, we will show you the areas of Huelva and the typical food that we can find there. Next, the Spanish dishes. Finally, we will talk about the advantages and disadvantages of Spanish daily life. Well, Huelva is in the southwest of Spain, here. Then here we can find the best eating half of the country. Pigs are fed with acorns for getting to attain a tasty, colorful, and delicious ham. And this is taken from the hind leg of the pig. Well, we take advantage of all the rest of the pig too. In this province, we can find a rich variety of fungi, particularly in the mountainous areas such as Aracena. The gurumelo, josefita, rebellon are the most appreciated and tasty. This great variety of fungi has led to the creation of a prosperous business. In Huelva, you can eat fish such as sardinas or boquerones, like they are like anchovies, well, sardines. And a type of squid called in Spanish choco. People from Huelva eat so much choco, so they are called choqueros. Well, we cook seafood and fish in several ways. Stews with rice, potatoes, but the most typical is fried.
Hi, I'm Javi, and I will talk about two regions of Huelva called El Condado and Palos de la Frontera. El Condado is a region of Huelva which have ideal climate to growing up grapes. Because it's cool in winter and in spring is warm, the grapes can grow up well. We produce red and white wine, and thanks to the discovery of America, these wines are called vinos del descubrimiento, which means wines from the discovery. Because Christopher Columbus departed to America from Huelva. Here is El Condado, and these are the wines. And Palos de la Frontera is a region of Huelva where we grow up strawberries. Since the 70s, this business has increased, and nowadays they export strawberry to the rest of Europe. These strawberries are well known from their size and their color. As we can see here, he says fresón de palos because they are very big, so we call them fresón. And they grow up behind this plastic.
Now we are going to talk about Spanish dishes and what is a tapa. In Spain, in a tapa is a little amount of food, and it's a good way to having a meal, tasting different types of food. You can see this is a tapa, and you can taste different dishes. They are little than a dish, than a normal dish, and they are cheaper. Now gazpacho. It's a typical cold tomato soup made of these ingredients: tomato, bread, sweet green and red pepper, onion, garlic, cucumber, and olive oil. And then another typical dish, Spanish omelette, is made of potatoes and eggs, and you can also add onion.
We are going to see another Spanish dish that is oxtail, rabo de toro. Is a very popular dish and is made of the highest part of a bull tails. You can serve it with sauce and chips or anything you like. Muslim lived in Spain for many centuries, so Spanish culture is has much to do with their culture. So many desserts are made with honey or almonds, like tortitas. So you can see.
One disadvantage of our meals is our timetable that we get up lately, so we have breakfast late, or even there are people who don't have breakfast and then take a nap, so we have lunch at 3 or 4, and then we have dinner at 10 or 11. But on the other hand, bueno, no. Bueno. But the only reason of this is the sun, that we have 1 hour more of sun than in the other countries. On the other hand, you have seen it before that we have a lot of variety in our meals.
Globalization of the food and the disappearance of our Mediterranean diet are real causes of disease such as anorexia or obesity. Fast food establishments that have grown along with current lifestyle, rush, work, sedentary life, etc., make it us one of the most countries with the most obesity in the European Union. Pastries are food that contains a lot of energy and a lot of fat, the less healthy type, such as hydrogenated or trans. It provides cholesterol. They are rich in sodium, which can lead to hypertension, and they affect brain function. This unbalance our diet and also our health, and maybe you could have obesity. Thanks for this watch.
Wait. Just wait a second, please. I forgot to tell you that Huelva was chosen as the gastronomic capital of 2017.
Loro hanno lavorato su Word Office. Do you have the pen drive? Yes. Elena, before you go away, please would you mind to take no. Do you want to record it now?
But I have another, no, the colleagues that I have.
I know, but before we go away, I take in my pen drive, okay?
I tell you the name because I have several different
Okay. So, please, would you mind? Now I'll shock the students again. So ragazzi, please, cosa abbiamo detto? Really keep silent, okay? This is what German students and teachers prepare for us. So please keep quiet and listen, okay?
Okay. As you all know, we don't live very close to the Mediterranean, so German food is a little different from what you have here and what people normally have. So we have concentrated on the very German kinds of food that you find, and we will start with something very special from our area, which is some particular sweets, and we have even brought you some. So feel happy afterwards.
So my topic is German sweets, and I will talk about Haribo and Aachener Printen. And I will start off with the general information about Haribo. And the confectionery company was founded by Johannes Hans Riegel, Senior, in 1920 in Bonn. And the company's name is Haribo because Mr. Riegel took the first two letters of his first name, H.A., the first two letters of his surname, which are R.I., and the first two letters of the city it was founded, B.O. And Haribo is one of the biggest manufacturers of jelly sweets in the whole world. And the company's products are jelly sweets, jelly bears, and licorice. And there are 5 factories in Germany and 13 in the rest of Europe. And its products are sold all over Europe and also in the USA and Australia. And about the history, the first jelly candy were made in 1922 when Riegel invented the first jelly bears, and his son took over the company after his death. And the international expansion started in the 1960s. And also there is a tradition of Haribo. And originally the chestnut campaign was founded for children, but now it's a magnet for young and old people. And it was established in 1936. And the streets are closed off for the queue of people, and the queue is stretching for miles and miles. And the chestnuts and acorns are exchanged for the jelly bears. And Aachener Printen, first the general information, it's a type of gingerbread, and it's originating from the city of Aachen in Germany. And first Printen used to be sweetened with honey, but now it is made with a syrup. And to the history, the first pastries are from Belgium, from the city Danton, and originally the Printen were sold by Aachen's pharmacists who told their patients that it has medical benefits. That's it. Wie geht weiter? Ach so, ich dachte, es geht weiter.
They have a problem. They don't know who's next.
So I will talk about the meat consumption in Germany. One person in Germany eats 60 kilograms meat per year, and Germany was a country of carnivores. People eat in the East more meat than in the West. The main reason for cheap meat is the factory farming in Germany, and we still eat very little organically produced meat, 1 till 3%. Germany is worldwide ranked number 21, and we eat 635 till 715 animals per human life. Pork is the most eaten meat, and the meat consumption decreases in Germany with increasing level of education and income. For special meals, we have turkey with potatoes and pork escalope with salad and fries, joint of pork and braised beef with red cabbage and dumplings.
No,
There are two very common scandals that appeared in the last years. The first scandal was in 2013, and it was the scandal of horse meat. An instant product which should consist of meat pieces of horse meat were found. The meat was from Romania and Poland, and Nestle was also included. The second also was in 2013. The scandal deals with rotten meat. The rotten meat was in the sausage factory in Bentheim, and every week 10,000 kilograms of bad meat is produced. The meat should already have been green, grey and smelly, and the meat was mixed with fresh meat to form sausages.
The topic I want to talk about is organic farming, genetic modification, and so-called bioproducts. According to a survey, 80% of the German citizens don't want genetic modification of their plants and animals. Because of this general opinion, no modified plants are grown in Germany since 2012. Even though this opinion is very strong, those kind of plants of countries like the US, China, Argentina, India, Brazil or Canada are still being sold. The only restriction necessary is that they are not going to harm the consumer in any way. Another restriction for animal food is that it is also not allowed to be modified in any way. Bioproducts are made or grown in a better environment or in ecological agriculture. It is also grown without pesticides and chemical fertilizers. If bioproducts come from animals, they have to have lived in a species-appropriate way, should not have been fed any growth hormones in their life.
Yes, I want to talk about tea. Tea is a very popular drink, and for many hundred years it was important messages. It is imported from India, Kenya, Sri Lanka, Indonesia and China. And in China especially grow green tea, oolong tea and red tea. The Dutch are pioneers, and they have brought green tea to Europa since 1610. A short time later, the tea came to Germany. In the north of Germany, people drink East Frisian tea with clenches, and clenche is rock candy, so sugar. Typical German teas are, for example, fennel, peppermint, rosehip, and homage tea.
Those were the examples, and I have to go over there for stuff. Okay. Good.
My topic is bread and rolls in Germany, and in Germany many people eat bread or rolls for breakfast. An average German eats 2.3 rolls each day. The elements of rolls are mainly wheat or flour or rye flour, water, milk and baker's yeast or sourdough. Rolls are first incrementally mentioned in year 1866, but many people are eating other different types of rolls, like sweet rolls or grain rolls. In Germany we have a big variety of rolls, so there's almost a type for everyone. For example, we have squash rolls, sunflower seed rolls, and almond rolls. On the other hand, there are also many different types of bread. It's mainly made from flour, water, salt, baker's yeast, or sourdough. Here we also have many sorts of bread, like sweet white bread or grain bread. If you're using rye or barley flour, the bread is getting darker. When I talked about the elements of bread and roads, I mentioned baker's yeast and sourdough. These ingredients are very important for the roads or the bread because they make the bread bigger and more fluffy in the oven. Cereals are very important for our region too. In the huge fields, wheat, rye, barley, oats and corn are mainly growing, and you can also put these things into the bread or roads. This is a funny movie from a German comedian about Laugengebäck. It's a very famous bakery product in the south of Germany in Bavaria.
We could do with some help, I think.
I think while they searching for the video, I could make my presentation. It lost in the presentation of, parts in this, so I have to make it without background, I think. So I want to talk about the German cuisine. It's a combination of different regional styles of cooking and culinary specialities.
Leute, das geht so nicht weiter.
Okay.
Deutschland, unser Land.
And since 1950, cooking, eating and drinking have changed both in restaurants and at home because the people had become more mobile and started to work all over Europe. The methods of preservation and conservation of food became famous and common at the same time. So it's the kitchen changed because of globalization. The combination of different aspects of other traditional cuisines make it also different. But the people in Germany still like their traditional food. For example, near the coast, it's more fish and crabs, and in the south, meat and sausage. How we heard is bread. We have a lot of breads. We have 300 different types of bread. 1,500 different types of sausages. That's a lot. For example, for a typical German food, I talk a little bit about sauerkraut. It's a preserved vegetable. This method was common for keeping food for winter. It's a method which is known since the Old Greek, and even in the 7th century, one of the first versions of sauerkraut was in Korea known. Sauerkraut was easy to cultivate and cheap, so it's used for a big group of people. A cook learned how to conserve food in 1804, and Napoleon's Grand Army take the food with them. This way of conservation of food was then also used by the competition powers, and in the 19th century, Germany began to grow cabbage and start big sauerkraut production, starting of big areas of cultivation around Dithmarschen in Stuttgart and around Meckendorf in Bayern and North Rhine-Westphalia, where we come from. In big famine and after the World Wars, cabbage and sauerkraut was important in Germany. That's the reason why the Americans called us the Krauts. So that was my part of the presentation. Now the video.
Okay, yeah, sorry for that. Unfortunately, Sonia's PowerPoint was missing from the general stick, so she had to do it on scratch, which she did very well. And now we return to the bread stuff, and maybe some of you have heard about the German Neo-Magazin Royal, and we'll just show you what Laugengebäck is. And while we're doing that, Helen will distribute the famous Haribos.
In der Welt. Autos? Nee, wir sind seit Volkswagen nicht mehr das Autoland.
No more Fahrvergnügen. Rassismus. Nazi-Deutschland geht immer.
Nee, Rassismus ist nicht mehr unsere Kernkompetenz. Deutsche begrüßen Ausländer am Bahnhof. Wir sind nicht mehr das Naziland. Wir brauchen einen USP. Ja, irgendwas, was in der Welt für Deutschland steht.
Irgendwas, was jeder kennt.
Eine deutsche Erfindung.
Ja. Aber was könnte das sein? Ich glaube, ich habe da eine Idee.
Perfectly tanned, yet elegant, juicy and crusty, incredibly lusty. Your salty skin, yeasty sin, fragrant and tender. I'll surrender. I am obsessed with you and totally obedient. Who came up with the magical ingredients? Are you the devil's delicious handiwork? All created by some genius pastry Heisenberg. In 1477 you descended from heaven onto the griddle of your maker. Some medieval's waiting, babe, you baked yourself in line. Nobody knows why. Fluffy and warm, the queen of pastries was born. A secret ancient German recipe, mingling ordinary baking with chemistry. World's favorite alkaline snack. All hail to thee, Laugengebäck. I can't say no to alkalized dough, smooth and greasy, kneading goes so easy. Drop it overnight in sodium hydroxide, sprinkle with salt. Lauge, that's what it's called. Flour, water, salt, yeast, sugar, lye and butter. Laugengebäck makes my heart go flutter. Dip the dough in my alkaline solution, start an oven revolution. Laugengebäck.
You come in so many different shapes. Pretzels, rolls, breadsticks, even croissants. Can you imagine croissants made of pretzel dough, cold as soda lye? I'm alone in heaven. Baby got Laugengebäck. Don't Laugengebäck in anger. Laugengebäck for good. Back, go back, go back, go back, go back to where you once belonged. Laugengebäck.
Una minaccia è stata rilevata.
Hi everybody. Can I take your attention please? I hope you're all having a nice day. We are going to introduce our traditional foods. But before that, I want to talk about our agriculture production. But before that, let's start with where is Akhisar? You can go on. Akhisar is in west of Turkey. And there is a Mediterranean climate in Akhisar. This is so suitable for agriculture. Thanks to that, there is lots of agriculture production in our city and in our region. Akhisar is in Aegean region, by the way. Let's start with tobacco. Akhisar is a city which is known with its tobacco. The cultivation of tobacco in Akhisar, one of the most important source of income of Turkey. Akhisar tobacco is known as Orient type, and Akhisar tobacco has low amount of nicotine and nice smelling. Aegean region tobaccos provide 55% the cultivation of tobacco in Turkey, and just Akhisar provides 10% of tobacco in Turkey, and that makes Akhisar the top cultivator. Can go on. Yes, next one.
Yes, it's my turn. Hi everyone. Now we are going to talk about olive. Akhisar is famous for its olives, and Akhisar provides 70% of green olives in Turkey. And there are about 13 millions of olive trees in Akhisar. Farmers have started to plant olive trees instead of tobacco. Today in Akhisar, there are about 250 olive factories that are big or small. These are green one in factory.
It's my turn. Cultivation in Akhisar is about 200,000 tons. A quarter of that is used to make olive oil. And the rest is sold as table olive. These are our olives, and my favorite is green olive. In 2012, more or less 55,000 tons of olive was cultivated in Akhisar and became the top in the Turkey in the sector. This is a very high number for us because we are small city, and about every family are earning their monies in the sector.
Now I'm talking about grape. Turkey is the biggest producer of grape all around the world, but we don't produce wine, we just eat it. The biggest cultivation of grape in Turkey is in Aegean region. Aegean region is our region. And also Aegean region has an important role in export of grape for the economy of Turkey. And Aegean region provides 45% of grapes in Turkey. You can see some grape yards here.
There isn't much information about raisins, but as you can read, I can say we are top exporter and the second producer in the world.
Hey guys, fig. Turkey is the biggest cultivator of fig with this 24% rate in the world. And we export a lot of fig to other countries, and we earn serious money from this production. 30,000 farmers earn their livings thanks to fig production in Turkey, and most of them have no job except fig production. 75% of total fig production of Turkey is in Aegean region, our region.
Yeah, hi. As you can see, these are traditional foods in Turkey. Then let's start with sura. Sura is a dish that is made of meat and rice. We put meat top of rice, or sometimes we put rice in the meat, and it's usually eaten in the morning of the festival day. It's traditional in Akhisar and almost every city in Aegean region. This Akhisar köfte is Akhisar's typical meatballs. You can find it very easily. It's made of minced meat. And this one is keşkek. Keşkek's main ingredient is wet. We add some meat while it's being cooked. It's typical dish of wedding ceremonies, and it looks like mash. This is lokma. It looks like donuts, and we made it with dough. Dough is fried in hot oil. It's traditional snack in Turkey and usually made on special occasions.
It's me again. Sarma. Sarma is a kind of dish that's made of rice and different kind of olive oil and spices, local spices. Rice is cooked in olive oil and it's rolled into grape leaves. It's grape leaves. And I eat it with lemon, but you can eat it with yogurt if you want. Turkish yogurt.
This is mantı. Minced meat is put into dark pieces and boiled in water. Then it's served with yogurt, garlic, and tomato sauce on it. When you arrive in Turkey, you will eat them. It's very delicious. They make me hungry.
And it's baklava. Baklava is known worldwide, and it's a typical Turkish dessert, and you can find it everywhere in Turkey. But it was born in southern east of Turkey in Gaziantep city. So you can find the most delicious baklava there. We use very thin sheets of dough to make it. Its ingredients either walnut or pistachio. Boiled water with sugar is poured on it.
Tarhana soup. Tarhana soup is very important for our health because it is very powerful. Tomato, red pepper, yogurt, flour, mint are made into dough. We wait until that dough dries and hardens.
Then it's crumbled. It's a kind of soup that can be eaten at every meal. We eat it usually in the winter to be stronger. And thanks for listening to us.
So, allora, ascoltatemi un attimo. Please listen to me. So, the teachers and the Erasmus Plus students, please follow our students of the hospitality for the welcome buffet. Okay? The other students may go to your own classroom. Thank you very much for your watching.